How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the AFC Wimbledon Road to Glory Career Mode. And this will be episode number 54 of this series, and in other words, it will be season 4, episode 3. And in this episode, we're going to be having the eagerly anticipated Premier League debut, so that's going to be very interesting. I also want to thank everyone for all the support that you did leave on the last episode. It's absolutely incredible. Over 100 likes again, and if we can do it on this episode, that would be greatly appreciated. But I did leave you guys with a bit of a decision to make in the last episode, and that was whether you think we should sign Jerry and Bakogu or not. To be honest, I probably should have done like a straw poll or a YouTube poll or a Twitter poll or any sort of poll. It would have been a lot easier to find out whether you guys think I should sign him or not. A lot of people said that if I do sign him, then he's just not going to be used, or Armstrong's not going to be used, or, you know, someone like Devontae Cole as well, he's going to be neglected. I know a lot of people didn't want me to sign Jerry and Bakogu, but I think it's fair to say that if we're going to stay in this division, we need firepower. We've got defensive ability, we've got good midfielders, we've got Lee Lucas, we've got Matthew Grimes. I think it's fair to say that we do need to improve on the striking position. You could regard it as a slight overspend, but in my opinion, I think this guy is going to be a very good player for us. I mean, you just look at his physical stats and you realise that this guy is going to be an absolute brute. 94 strength, 98 acceleration, 96 sprint speed, 97 agility, and it's not like he doesn't have the ability to finish off chances as well. He's got 78 finishing, good ball control as well, which is useful, and he also has 78 penalties as well. We don't really have a designated penalty taker, and I think Jerry and Bakogu could do a good job at that. You could argue that currently he wouldn't really fit into the formation that we're going with a 4-5-1 formation, but I am going to be changing the formation right now to try and suit a few players that we have signed. And this is how the side is looking after I've changed the formation and switched around a few players. I think with the players that we've signed, this formation is probably going to be best suited to the players that we have and the players that we've already signed. It's the same formation in sense defensively, because we're still going with a back four, and that's not really changed too much apart from Iorfa from last season. It's the same really in midfield as well. We're going with 2 CDMs or 2 central midfielders. We got Matthew Grimes in there. We've also got Lee Lucas. And on the right attacking midfield position, we have James Maddison. He'll probably suit that position quite well. He's got really good stats to play there, I think. And then on the left, we do have the pre-contract signing Orsic at the left attacking mid position. And up top, we've got the deadly combination of Armstrong and Bakogu. I really think that they're going to be a really deadly duo up top. And then we look to the bench as well. We've got some very, very strong players that we can definitely play in the starting lineup that probably do deserve to be in there as well. And after going through some of the players and having a little think about whether we should sell some players or not, I've added quite a few players to the transfer list. I think I made my intentions clear early on that I did want to sell Zana Ali. I mean, he was okay at the end of last season, but he hasn't really been anything special. And now that we're in the Premier League, I don't think he will be good enough or physical enough. We also have Tom Parks as well, and also Ross Jenkins. It's been a bit of a tough decision to transfer list both of these players. They've been so good up the divisions for us, but I think it's just time for them to move on now. We need a bit more quality in this side. And we also have a lot of players in the positions that they play as well, so it's unlikely that they'll get any game time. And now we're going to be having a bit more player training. We're going to be training the new man and Bakogu. Whether we get any growth from this one, I highly doubt it, and unfortunately we don't from this session. A loan offer for Dion Clark as well. Once again, it's going to be from Preston, and I think we're going to send him out on a 1-year loan. Hopefully he does develop. And now we are going to be having the first game of the season here. It's going to be against QPR. And this one is going to be a very, very big match. I think it's fair to say that this game against QPR is going to be possibly season defining as to how well we do this season. I reckon it's going to be a difficult match, this one. This will be the side we're going with though. It's exactly the same lineup that I did show you when I changed the formation. And look at that. All of the official graphics for the Premier League. This is very exciting. They've got some randomer in central midfield. And we've got Lee Lucas. I just can't believe that we've got him as well. I mean, 82 overall. He's the best in this side by a mile. And maybe I should make him captain. Maybe let me know in the comments down below. Dun, dun. Oh, yeah, just singing. Okay, anyway, looking at the QPR lineup, they've got an interesting side. Is it Premier League quality though? I don't really think so. I think we've got a good opportunity in this game. And QPR are using a formation that I used last season. And for pretty much the whole of the series. And now I'm switching to this formation. It may take a little while for me to get used to it. I think it's fair to say that a lot of the players are being a bit sluggish in this game so far. It might be due to a change of formation, but also at the start of every season, I do feel like a lot of players get a bit lethargic. You just play it safe. Lee Lucas into Mbakogu, and he's done really well here actually in Mbakogu. And he's going to cut back inside. He gets taken down. Surely a penalty. And I think it is. He won the penalty. He's going to be taking it. And can he score on his first game for the club? Yes, he does. What a penalty that is by Mbakogu. Absolute pile-driven penalty there, past Smithies in goal. He certainly stood no chance because that was a pinpoint perfect penalty right into the corner of the goal. And Mbakogu gets our first goal in Wimbledon colours in the Premier League, which is absolutely awesome. I knew this guy would be a good signing. He won the penalty. He did well in the build-up. And now we've got our first Premier League goal. And we've got a free kick in a really good position now. We're going to take this one with Orsic. And it's a really good effort. And he's hit the bar or the post. I'm not really too sure which one he hit. But that is very unlucky. Yep, it was the bar. So unlucky from that effort. Oh, that's a really good pass by Mbakogu into Armstrong. Can he get round his man? He has done. And again, maybe. Past another defender and has a shot. Oh, the defender got in the way. Or maybe that was my own player. And now it's going to be up here for Junior Hoylett, the toilet. What a save by Sears. Oh, they've lifted it into the middle. It's somehow fallen there. And again, Cork it inside. What a save again. This keeper, honestly, is on another level. He really is. So a bit of a controversial 1-0 win to start off the Premier League. We certainly deserve to win the game, in my opinion, despite QPR's dominance in the second half. I do feel like QPR could have got back into the game had it not been for Sears in goal. He has been so crucial for us. Ever since we started to train him, put him in the first team, he has made some incredible saves. We didn't even have a shot on target apparently, but we still won the game anyway, 1-0. So Christensen was a defensive player that was suggested. Unfortunately though, he has only just moved to Borussia Dortmund. I was going to try and look for Ashley Cole's regen as well. It looks like I have found him. He's currently on the loan list, so maybe he's a player that we could bring in. Although he is a player that I could sign on loan, I'd rather sign him in a permanent transfer in the January window. It looks like a lot of the big name clubs are trying to sign Oscar Yara. They've seen him as a talent for the future. However, if they do want to sign him, they're going to have to give me 3 million because he's an exciting prospect. And I don't really feel like I want to sell him unless I get this sort of money. And we have another transfer offer. This time it's going to be for Tom Parks though. It's going to be from Middlesbrough. They've offered £1 million. It seems like all the same clubs are going in for the players that I transfer list. Middlesbrough and also Preston. However, I'm only willing to sell Tom Parks if I get 1.6 million. Otherwise, he will be staying at the club. So currently looking at the league table after our first game in the Premier League, we're currently sitting in 7th. And QPR, in my opinion, wasn't really a fair test of the Premier League. I think playing against Tottenham is going to be a bit more difficult here. However, I'm still confident that we can go on and get a win, possibly. You know, we need to be on our game like we were in the QPR game. And Sears probably needs to have the game of his life again. And we are going to be playing at White Hart Lane for this game. It's going to be a very big game. Tottenham aren't going to be easy to beat off, especially in career mode. They usually have a very strong side, especially a few seasons in. And Townsend wins it back for Tottenham. Now it's going to be here to Harry Kane. And a shot comes in. And that's tipped over the bar by Sears. So apparently for Mislav Orsic, I'm pronouncing his name wrong. And to be honest, I really can't be asked to call him Orsic every time. Because that is a little bit of an effort. So I'm just going to call him Mislav from now on. On this left side, getting the cross in. Really good cross. And a really good header, but directed wide. I thought it was a lot better than it actually was. And Lee Lucas probably should have done better with that. Oh my god, we almost won it back there. And Mbakogu got very unlucky. And Vorm almost had a bit of a nightmare. I'm really surprised that we're drawing 0-0 currently with Spurs at half-time in this game. I really felt like they would be attacking us a bit more. But clearly they're not really too interested in this game. They're not really putting the effort in. They've had a couple of opportunities, if that. But apart from that, I think Caesar's done well in this game. I think we've done relatively well so far. We just need to have a few more opportunities on goal. And now Martin Braithwaite on the ball, the Denmark international, getting past all of the players and not finishing the chance off. That's just been the story of Tottenham's game. Grimes plays it back for Armstrong. He's done really well, actually. Good dribbling. Fantastic dribbling. And now it's here to Pacini, who has a shot. It's a really good block by Alderweireld, though. And they go forward here on the counter-attack with Eriksson. Last chance saloon for Tottenham as they get it in. And this would be heartbreaking if they score. Yedlin misses. And that was surely an open goal there. How on earth did he miss? I really don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. That's going to be 4 points from 2 games. And in my opinion, this game was going to be the toughest out of the 2. And I'm really happy that we got a point from this one. More importantly, though, a counter offer for Tom Parks. They've offered 1.3 million. Do I just go ahead and accept that? I want to try and squeeze a few more pennies out of him. 1.5 million. I think that's a fair transfer offer for him. And there you have it. Tom Parks has been sold to Middlesbrough for £1.5 million. And it is a bit sad, really. We signed him on a pre-contract from Bristol Rovers. He did well for us. He was mainly a nostalgia signing, to be honest. But he ended up being a pretty good player that did grow quite a lot. And now that we have ended up selling Tom Parks, we're going to go ahead and make another offer for Ismail Kennedy. I believe this guy could be a very good player and probably a player that I would put into the starting 11. And I will try and offer Ross Jenkins as part of a straight swap deal. And I will also go ahead and offer 1 million as well. Maybe that would be a fair amount to offer. We do have a game against Chelsea, but unfortunately I am a little bit restricted on time. I won't be able to play this game, but I promise in the next episode I will make it up to you. I'll play at least 3 games in that episode. But hopefully you have enjoyed this episode of this career mode. And if you have, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. But we certainly have had an interesting episode. So far we're unbeaten in the Premier League after 2 games. We played very well in that QPR game with a 1-0 win. And we also played well against Tottenham in the 0-0 draw away from home. In the next episode, we will have this game against Chelsea coming up. We will also have transfer deadline day as well. As we did sell Tom Parks, if you have any players defensively that you think we should sign, do let me know in the comments down below. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there. And I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, and by the way, Adam Johnson is in the top scorers.